All right, welcome back to the Diary Room Dissolve. I believe last time we discussed was shortly before the veto was played.
Mhm. No, it's actually before the head of household competition,
Period.
not after.
So well, let's kind of get into everything since then. So the veto competition played out, and you saw Justin win the power veto. Kind of, how are you feeling about that?
So I think Justin's pretty cool so far. I don't really have anything against Justin. I didn't get picked for it, so at the end of the day, it didn't really matter to me who won. It's week one. The alliances aren't really going to be that strong week one. Um, with Justin winning it, I didn't really care. I was not a fan of the fact that Justin used power veto. That's a very bold move on week one, in like the first veto ceremony of the entire season. But using the veto to save someone is both concerning for like the entire game because obviously you have to be at least a little close to someone in order to like use the veto on them. But it's also concerning for me because I don't want to be stuck in a situation where I can potentially go back up on the block. So I'm going to be completely honest. In my grand scheme of how much I trust people, Justin has probably fallen a little bit.
All right, very interesting. Well, with him using the veto on Will, do you feel like you were happy to see Will safe, or did it not matter to you if what was on the block?
I can't say that I was happy to see Will saved because Will and I have spoken actually nothing. Like the two of us have not spoken yet this season, and I feel like it's something that I should reach out to Will, but I don't have a want to have a conversation with Will. I haven't even seen Will talk in the living room. And just there's no part of me that wants to talk to Will if I'm being honest.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. So in the veto ceremony, because I remember the first time we spoke, you mentioned you didn't really understand what the point of the cards were. Um, and in the veto ceremony, the secret assassin made its debut, and Logan ends up being a special third nominee. So, how did you feel about all of that?
So I want to be dead ass. I was not aware of the fact that there were more cards than the ones that were originally listed. So that's honestly a shocker to me. But that's a shocker to me. Logan being the secret assassin is honestly a shocker. Not like being the secret assassin, but being the person who was hit by the secret assassin. It's kind of shocking to me. I think Logan's pretty cool, despite what you'll see in our one on ones and in our public VC and in our uh, living room chat. But I think Logan's pretty cool. But Logan ended up being completely fine and had a single vote. So I guess it's not too bad. But hopefully that doesn't come strike me anytime soon. That would not be fun.
All right. So you personally with the votes, you ultimately decided to vote for Kels. Why do you feel like you went for Kels there?
Really, my vote had come down to either Luca or Kells. And at first, I thought it was a vote to save, and then I got my brain back and realized that it wasn't a vote to save, and it was. I chose Kells because while I haven't really spoken with either Kells or Luca, I have spoken to Luca, like, even in the slightest. I have not spoken to Kells once. Kells and I do not have a message in the game, so I don't get why I'd keep someone that I haven't spoken to.
All right, simple enough. And Kels, leaves 8-2 to 1. So that's kind of that with him. Well, with this next HOH coming up, how are you feeling about this competition? Do you feel like you're going to be gunning for it?
I mean, I want to win every competition I can, and it's never going to change from that. But I don't think I'm going to be able to win this competition because it seems very complex and it's music based, and I'm not very good with music. I listen to a single Spotify playlist all the time, and if the song isn't on that Spotify playlist, I don't listen to it. So I really hope that when I further read the competition, it's a lot simpler than what what I'm assuming it currently is.
Interesting, interesting. And with the new round of espionage opening up, so you have received the bodyguard card for this cycle. How are you feeling about this? Is there anyone you have in mind at the moment?
It's is it possible to say
Sorry, repeat your question.
is it possible to protect myself?
No, it must be another player, unfortunately.
Another player. Mm, I'm not really sure. Um, I may do someone like completely irrelevant because I don't want to change the game too much using the bodyguard card. So I feel like if I just do someone like Will, it won't change shit around too much.
Right, very interesting. So it's been a lot of talk since our last discussion. How are you feeling now as far as like who you're kind of allying with in the house, who you're kind of viewing as like a good ally?
So really, I think my good allies are just anyone that I've really spoken to so far. Like I'd say Justin, not Justin. Kind of Justin, but not really. After really just anything. There's just so little like that we can go off of that any interaction changes things a ton. But I'd say probably Kat, Kira, I think it is, Logan, and Tyson are my biggest four because they just seem the friendliest of everybody. And then I have to say the inactives are definitely at the bottom of my list. More inactives than me. And probably Sky. I still don't like Sky. And I just saw the message sent in the kitchen. This is a message for everyone except Jake. So I'm gonna put it in the kitchen. What the fuck is your problem? Like what? What is wrong with you? Like stop being a bitch. That's what I gotta say.
Right? Interesting. So let's say you end up doing good on this HOH and you win HOH. Who do you feel like you might put up at the moment as nominations?
Um, so I feel like I would definitely, like, absolutely 1,000%. I'd put up Will. I already know that for sure. And I'd probably say my other option would be Jordan. Definitely Jordan. Probably Will and Jordan. I have not gotten to speak to Will and Jordan, like, at all. I actually don't even have a one on one with the two of them. But yeah, I'd say Will, we haven't really spoken. I just saw a message from you for the first time, actually, when I went to go read that little Sky message. And Jordan, I've seen two messages from you in the last 24 hours. I just don't. I'm not fond of the two of them because we haven't spoken at all, and I have no reason to want them to continue to be in the house. I'm not playing this game to make friends. I'm not playing the game to be like, oh my god, we haven't spoken yet, and I don't want to keep people in when I haven't spoken to them. If I haven't spoken to them, I want them out because it's not good for me if there's people that I'm not friends with.
Very interesting. And if you were HOH, do you feel like you would, well, do you feel like there's anyone you might reveal that to, or would you just keep it a secret, or kind of how would you approach that?
I like to be a very blunt person, and I would genuinely, I would win the head of household. Not say it right away, but I'd wait a little bit and I'd probably be like, hey guys, just letting everyone know I'm the head of household this week and then make my nominations. Because I like when my opinions are known, unless I'm just blatantly calling someone a bitch like I am with Sky. But I want people to know that the reason that Will and Jordan would be going on the block is because I haven't talked to them. Because I don't want people to be like, oh my god, what the fuck? Dissolve is nominating people without any reason.
Hmm.
I want people to know like we haven't spoken yet. If I can win a competition, if you guys want to get on the good side of someone who can win a competition, talk to me, you know?
Okay, interesting. So I notice you aren't in any alliance. Is that something you're kind of thinking of that you might want to get into an alliance? Do you have anyone in mind for that?
Oh, you dead ass. I didn't even know we could make alliances. I probably should make one of those soon. I just haven't really gotten around to it yet. There's
Hmm.
not really like a group of people that I'd be like, I want to make an alliance with these people. 'Cause it's just like, I'll get to when I get to it. If I'm in a time of need, I'll definitely make one. But I have no need for one at the moment, and I'm not gonna force something that doesn't need to be forced.
All right, makes sense. And finally, with the secret assassin looming at large, how does that kind of make you feel heading into this next week? That you don't end up being targeted from it.
So I just gotta make sure I talk to people more. I don't think it's gonna be Will. I don't think it's gonna be. I know it's not Luca. Um, I feel like Logan wouldn't do it. I feel like Kat wouldn't do it. Actually, I don't know. I feel like Kat and Kira would definitely do it. I feel like Logan wouldn't though. I did tell Logan that I was putting him first in the HOH, and I feel like you don't secretly assassinate someone when they're like you're good, because I don't think any assassins have ever been cool with the person they assassinated. You think Lee Harvey Oswald was cool with JFK, or do you think he just didn't know that they existed?
All right, very interesting. Well, that's all the questions I have for you at the moment.
Sick.
But it was good to hear some insight from you. Yeah. Any thing else you want to get off your chest?
I hope everyone has a good night or good morning, depending on where you're from. Have a good day. Uh, don't let life get you down. Live life to the fullest. Have a good day, Sleemy? Well, how do you say it?
Fine, is good.
Slimy. Have a good day, Slimy.
All right. Thank you, Dissolve.
Yup.